Thank you so much for tuning back in with me, LA Show, and we have Cisco here, and we're back. How have you been,
Yes, yes.
Cisco?
I've been good. I've been good.
So what I was
How are you
thinking is
been?
I've been good. I've been pretty good. I've just been trying to create a lot of content and push everything, all these stories that we have that's popping up out of nowhere. So I've just been trying to keep myself busy.
I heard that.
This video is going to keep us busy though for a while because like we told you all, we have been sitting on information about Nipsey Hussle. And one of the real key things that me and Cisco paid attention to was the video, whether it was altered or not. It is a piece of information that we all need to circle back around and take a look at, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we have these notes here from way back in July, and we're going to go through, watch the video. I do apologize. I know it is graphic, um, but this is all in the pursuit of justice for Nipsey Hussle. So thank you guys so much for tuning back in, and let's get started, Cisco.
Let's do it.
All right. So we do have the video here. This is from a far angle, but we still kind of see the movements of the people in the parking lot.
Right.
Now, what we see is like a conversation going on with three individuals from what I see. And then boom, it just happens.
Right.
So let me know if you need me to pause anything. So homegirl gets out of the Audi, gets back in, runs off, and taps on the brake or taps on something that makes the lights go off. She runs off the screen, and then we have a shadow moving,
Mm-hmm.
and then it happens again. It's on a loop from this angle. So who is that guy with that white shirt and those black shorts? If that is supposed to be Rimpaw, he wasn't a part of the grand jury testimony at all.
Right. But his name is mentioned, but he's not there. He's not there to speak.
Hmm.
He wasn't called to speak.
Exactly. He wasn't called. Yeah. Okay, there goes homeboy running back off. Um, Eric Holder Jr. Okay,
Allegedly.
allegedly. And then the guy pops out of, what is that, the barbershop over there? Or that was the chicken spot or the Master Burger.
Well, in this angle, I can't really see that because it's really small. But when we get to the other angle, I'll probably be able to see better.
So the girl comes back up to the Audi. Dude in
Right.
the white and black shorts comes up. Then they bring some other people. It looked like it was two other dudes that ran up.
Right. And then you also see something drop out of Carrie Lathan's hand.
Mm-hmm. And now that we're at this angle, we'll see if that stays right there. And there goes Eric Holder Jr. allegedly. And then look at Cowboy.
It right. He appears to be doing something. And also you'll notice when the alleged shooter, allegedly Eric Holder, he does like a slight juke move, like he wanted to run in one direction and then he
But
cuts
you
over
saw
to his.
but you saw where those other people came running. Look at where they're running back up from. He couldn't go that way. he couldn't go that way because those people came from that area. So you're
That's
right.
probably that's probably why he made that juke move. But what's curious to me is why did he want to go in that direction?
If her car, if if her car was parked in the alley, then he should have wanted to go that way, right?
Well, if his car was pointed in the alley, the fastest way to get to the alley is the way that he eventually went.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. It's peculiar that he has to make that juke move. Did he forget? You know, that's you can go on for days for that, but that's to me that's very interesting and it's very telling that his body, his mind was wanting to go in a direction and he made a little pump to brake, a little juke move and went back towards the alley.
Yep. It's just crazy how people be translucent in this video, and like
Right,
you can see through them and shit. I think that's crazy.
right. Also, sometimes the peep, you can see the people moving, but you'll see shadows or reflections in the glass that don't kind of match what's going
And
on.
yeah, we're gonna get to that when it gets
Right.
closer. This video does have different segments in it, so we're trying to, go based off of each segment. So I'm glad this video has these segments so we can pay attention to them. Okay. What is Cowboy doing? It looked like he stood up and put some in his pocket.
Yeah.
He looking around. He goes back down for the umpteenth time. Are you helping him? Putting pressure on his wounds? What you doing? Gets back up again, looking around, and then the people come.
And the interesting thing also is that according to testimony, Black Sam gives uh, tries to resuscitate his brother. We never get that on any angle of any video.
Now that's what I'm questioning. Who are these people running back up to the scene?
Right.
There's a dude on a bike, the guy that was in the white shorts, black. Oh, that part's gonna get on my nerves. Sorry, you guys. We have these people running back up, and it's another brother too. It's a couple
Right.
more brothers too. So yeah, that's crazy. We don't know who these people are. So the next
And
segment,
and they feel safe enough to go back.
and yeah, I mean, they saw him. I don't know if they saw him running over to the alley or what, but they ran right back up to the place. The girl in the black Audi hops back into her car. Really strange. Doesn't move it or anything.
Now we could take any, shooting in a crowded area. Most of the time people just disperse. They run for cover. And they usually it takes them a long while before they run back to see what was up. But in this case, unless we know the video's been tampered with, but unless this has sections of it cut out, these people run back pretty soon. They feel safe. It appears that they feel safe.
Hmm. Okay, so we have the next segment of the video. I'm gonna let it play out, and then we can give our commentary.
Okay. And that's the same Audi right there. Out, outside the yellow tape.
Interesting. So people are panicking. This is like minutes after the shooting, and somebody's riding by and just so happens to catch the girl in the black Audi. But what's really interesting to me is the quality of this video. Like, bruh, do
Right,
you have a smartphone or what? Because the quality didn't even show the details in this woman's face.
right.
That was interesting. This is another graphic scene. I do apologize about this.
I want to say something really quick about this scene, and I'm gonna apologize too because it's very graphic and it's a sad scene. A lot of people were early on talking about the size of his legs and why is his legs moving like that. Well, if you read the grand jury transcripts, one of the bullets severed the spine of Nipsey Hussle. And if the spine is severed, there's absolutely not going to be any control over the lower part of the body.
But that's the soul, you know. Um, uh, yeah. I mean, that's common sense if everybody read the transcripts and read what was allegedly, taking place within this man's body. Nipsey was in shock, you guys. You know, God. Move on. So the chest compressions. And then they flipped him around some more. I guess they were checking for more bullet wounds.
Right. Yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Now, this is what I saw going up on Twitter after, a couple of minutes after he passed away. And I was just like, wow. I mean, flabbergasted.
Right.
So we have another angle here at the parking lot of the shooting. Who is that? Did you just see that?
Creep. Right. Kind of creeping.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Who are you? And where are you going? And why are you translucent? Why are you like a ghost? Okay, so there's some commotion going on at the doors of the marathon. Looks like 3 or 4 people outside.
Right.
Um, Kid Flashy gets out the car. Okay, we get closer. Now that's allegedly Kid Flashy because there is a discrepancy with the car that he said he got out of and this car, because this car is not a, what is it, a coupe? And if you look at it, I do believe the driver's side, based on how it's parked, he got out of the passenger side. Whoever that guy was, I do believe so, the way it's parked. But the way this video is flipped around, I could be wrong. Now look at that stuff. Look at what's going on in that area that's just grayed out. We got
Mm-hmm.
this guy. You see this guy right here that's running up
Mm-hmm.
against. Okay.
That's supposed to be allegedly Rempaw.
He was, no, I'm talking about the guy that was up this way. There
Oh,
was a,
okay, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
check
That's
it out.
that's allegedly well, I'll save that for later.
Okay. Look at this. Look at all of that. 1, 2, Eric Holder allegedly. Shots fired. Everybody runs off. This girl pops out. This guy runs off. But I'm still focused on this spot right here.
You notice that girl, you go back just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see that girl see that guy you were just pointing out right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seen her. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Look at this. Look at this. Let's look at that again. Let's look at that again. Run that back one more time. Because y'all are doing some funny business right here. So she's in her car. He's running off. The shots just started firing. He already started running.
Right.
She pops out. Look at her. She looks back. She looks at him. She can't run that way. She don't know who the shooter is. I gotta go. Okay. But who is that? What's going on right there? And look at her. Look at Eric Holder and
Then
look at
she
her.
runs back.
Look at Eric Holder. Look at her.
Yeah.
Whoop,
Eye
whoop.
to eye. And you get back in your car?
Look at the brake lights and look at him turn back around. You see that? You see them brake lights go off and he turned right back around? That's
Right.
crazy. That's crazy, man. So she runs away from him. He's right there carrying on. Okay. Then he runs off. And Cowboy popped right out the door.
Yeah. Had to have seen him.
I had to have been standing there the whole daggone time, but the way
Right,
that he
right, right.
claimed that the the setup was in there, he claimed that it was like, I don't know, he claimed that it was close to the door. Whew. So I'm gonna let this play out and we're gonna go through some of the notes that we have. Or do you want to do it up against that close video?
Yeah, let's do it with the close video. And mind you guys, this is our notes from
Back
July.
in July. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is we're just gonna keep it raw, and this is what it how it appeared to us at the time.
Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So I'm gonna pause it here, and you can go ahead because, of course, Cisco took the time to write down these wonderful notes. So, y'all been missing him. I'm gonna let him go ahead and do your thing, Cisco. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay,
Is this
I'm
the
ready.
close? Is this the close enough version, or do you want this one? Do you want that one, or do you want the other
Uh,
one?
it's really I'll let you choose the video and I'll just go off the notes.
Let's do this one because this one
Okay.
seems like it's just in a good position, and I still want to know who that guy is that walks up over there. Unless that's Eric Holder, allegedly. Okay, so we're here.
Okay. So the first point I wrote is that 3 seconds before the shooter comes in the frame, the guy on the edge of the car takes a hard look back.
Okay.
Okay. The second point is there's 7 seconds, approximately 7 seconds from when he gets in the frame, the guy in the white car gets out.
We just saw that.
Okay. The third point is now you got to really pay attention to the part she was talking about this uh, commotion or movement by 3 or 4 people. Now, I
Yeah.
originally wrote there's a 3-way cross, but I think it's a 4-way cross, meaning it's like a mesh of people. The shooter,
All
the
in this
guy,
area.
yeah, all in that area. The guy in the white car, and a guy who comes out of the door underneath the T-Mobile sign in a white T-shirt.
Yep.
And I think there's one other person. They make this like three-way or four-way mesh.
All right, let's watch it. Here goes Joshua, allegedly. Here goes this guy, 2. Here goes this guy, 3. Some movement right there. There's 4. It looks like 4 people.
Yeah, and
But it
then
could
you see
still,
how they all
be
mesh
3.
up.
1, 2, 3.
And that, we all higher thinking people, we've all seen that before, either in real life or in video of a prison scene, or any, where somebody wants to pass something off. You have these little meshes that have to take place.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me when you're ready for the number 4.
Whenever you want me to start this over.
Nah, you good.
Oh, okay, my
Because
bad.
the next point is the guy in the white T-shirt appears to be at the door
Okay.
at 7 seconds. Uh, but then he goes out. He doesn't go out until about 3 seconds later after pausing.
And you're talking about this guy that we can see over in the other angle of the video, right? This guy over in this
Right.
area.
Yeah. You can see it in that angle, especially when the close-up version of that angle.
So the shooting happens, everybody disperses. Somebody ran off.
Now, Cowboy appears to be in a white car adjacent to the other white car, but parked nose in. The nose of the car is parked in, while the other car is parked with the nose out or backed in. Now, that leads me to point number 6, because Cowboy and that guy, they get out the car about the same time. Now, Cowboy goes straight to the door. It takes about, point number 7, it takes about Cowboy about 6 to 8 seconds to get in the store.
Okay, let's go to the closer angle. So in that last angle we saw, Eric Holder is coming up from this angle right here.
Right.
He's coming up from that way. Whoever this guy is, nobody really talks about him.
Mm-hmm. And there are some, what I noticed, this is
Or
point
was
number
that
9, but I'm
Eric
gonna say it.
Holder? Or was
I'm gonna
that
say
Eric Holder? I guess so, because he came up, never mind, he came up this way and then he
I
turned
think you
into
should say I think you should say allegedly Eric Holder, because
allegedly
we
Eric Holder.
yeah, because we can't tell by video that that's him. They, I can't tell that it's him. Um, Point number 8 is 3 to 5 seconds later, the first shooting takes place.
Now, what do you
So
mean by the first shooting? Elaborate.
because because you'll see if you back up, you'll see that there's a conversation and somebody comes up. Nipsey, when the first shooting takes place, you'll see Nipsey reach out but try to be, he's falling in the, well, not falling, but moving towards the opposite direction of the shooter. So 3 to 5 seconds after Cowboy gets in the store, that's when the first shooting takes place. And then there's the walk up and close up shooting.
Correct. I just saw
And
that
then, like
first
I said,
shooting.
right. And then in point number 9, I say there's a lot of jump cuts. This is it's edited. It's obviously that it's edited because there's jump cuts. And now the argument could be, but I don't think this is a very good argument, is that it's like video cameras, they're like
Motion sensor type
no,
or
three
no?
3 second delay, 5 second delay, 10 second delay, but it's not like, I don't think that's the cause of these jump cuts. I think it's just actually edited.
Okay.
Um
Now I'm not too good with video editing or things of that nature, but I do remember from the transcripts that there was a big discrepancy in the video time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Discrepancy in the video time and discrepancy of the quality of video given the police gave to the prosecutor versus the video that was presented in the grand jury.
Correct.
Now, uh,
Number
10,
10. Mm-hmm.
Rimpaw comes back. I
So,
think I made some typo here, but he came back, and he's the guy. Of course, he was allegedly standing next to Carrie Lathan,
mm-hmm.
and he comes back talking on his phone after the shooting. White T-shirt, black shorts, and he's the first runner.
Mm-hmm. And he kind of took off, like it seemed like the way Carrie fell. It was like he kind of took off, like Nick, don't touch me or something. Like he was like shook.
Right. It's in the note. It's not in the notes in these notes, but from our conversation and other notes that it also looks like Carrie hands him something.
Yeah, like he reached out for him. Just pay
Yeah,
attention to this area.
there's some movement right as the first shooting takes place with both Carrie's hands and Rimpaw's hands as they're as Carrie's falling down and as Rimpaw's
Yep,
running away.
there it goes. And I mean,
Uh,
Rimpart took off. If that's allegedly Rimpart, allegedly.
right. Then Shermy, number 11 is Shermy is the guy in the pink shirt and black pants, and he was able to immediately run away without signs of being injured. And we know that from other videos where he's walking around, but then he's in a stretcher, you
Yeah.
know, right. And he ran out of camera.
Yep. So maybe
And that
Shermy was the first runner because that look, he gone. Look,
Oh yeah, you're right. Shermy is the first runner.
how did he get
And
hit in the belt buckle like that? It was like he instantly already turned around. You see that?
right, right.
Hmm.
And that gets us to 12. So the girl, she first steps out of the car, out of the driver's side, trying to call or text in her first few steps. Now we
Mm-hmm.
also know that she looks at that person running away.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, the shooter gets the close-up shots.
Look at
She
him.
gets in the car, applies the brake, then jumps out of the car, running away.
He turns back around, goes back up to Nipsey. She's running away, looking back, looking around. He goes back up, does whatever he does,
Right,
and then kick, jump over,
right,
carry, run.
right. And that's 13. So the shooter finishes his kick. You see Cowboy appear behind the glass door. He pauses a second and then comes out as the shooter runs away. Again, guys, I'm just going to remind you, just in case you start watching this late or you forgot, these are our July notes.
Yes, this is something we've been looking at, been studying, been invested in, but we wanted to bring it out at the right time because we knew that people were going to stop looking at the actual facts and looking at the actual information that is in front of us.
Yeah,
You know, we knew it was going to be a matter of time, and I mean, it's almost been a year for Nip, and it's still unreal. It's unreal. So,
right.
wow. So this is right before the shooting. Now, you were pointing out the people that you can see through the glass and the whole shadows that are moving, and just it doesn't make sense based
Right,
on the angles. We should be able to see Nipsey in that glass, or at least this guy in that glass, or is
right.
that him? But then when you look at the movements of the shadow,
Well,
who
the you have that person.
getting out the car, but who was that standing right, and who is this? Okay, that's the dude getting out the car, but that's delayed as heck. Because it looked like it was that shadow was it just the shadows are weird, you guys. You already know this. We don't have
Yeah,
to tell you that. The shadows are weird. Whoever this is walking, okay, this must be him. Oop, okay. He runs off. It's just delayed, I guess. Maybe the whole video system itself is just delayed, but the shadows in these windows are very, very telling.
you can't see it, number 14 on this angle, but you got the guy that can be seen through the glass
Hmm.
of the last business, and I think that's the barber shop, or is that the
Yeah,
burger shop? I'm not sure. And he's laying down until the shooter passes him.
yeah, and then he gets back up.
Right.
I'm trying to get to him because I looked at himself too, and see, it looked like somebody came up out. Well, I guess that's the way I started it. So the shooting is about to happen. That's why I'm saying this must be Master Burger because the way the other angle, but I'm not too sure. So this guy over in this area is on the
Yeah.
ground,
Right.
gets up and comes outside after everything happens.
And then that's when you get also the guy in the black and orange shoes was in the store and comes out standing just behind Cowboy.
He runs off. This guy gets up, goes outside, goes back in.
Now, 16 is just redundant. I'll skip that. 17 is taking us back. If we can get a close-up video um, on the next day. So the first part of our notes was on July 5th. This is July 6th. And
Hmm.
on point 17, I'm telling you to watch Kerry's left shoulder, arm, and hand. And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying again, what did he drop? And the fact that they didn't ask about that in the transcripts. And the point number 18 is that he can move his left leg after being shot.
Yeah, because he where was his bullet wounds at?
Well, he was shot in the just above his buttocks in the around the pelvic bone. So it's a little bit. He kind of exaggerated a little bit in his press conference,
Mm-hmm.
but he wasn't. I don't know. I want to say that, but it doesn't appear that he was paralyzed from after being shot.
Look at him.
And
Look,
we've never
he's
even
moving.
there's never that wasn't even his wounds is not even really heavily as investigated, you
So
know.
he's right there beside Nipsey Hussle as he's getting shot multiple times. The guy is coming back up again. He doesn't shoot this guy beside the dude that he's shooting.
and
That,
and 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 nicely steps over him.
and politely steps over him. He didn't get kicked in his head. That's just weird.
And
And
the
Cowboy,
that we can stay right on that part because 19, which is my last point, I think, uh, is the guy on the edge of the car next to Carrie appears to do something to engage Carrie or do something with his left hand as he's taking off running. The action causes Carrie to lose what is in his hand. And this is never discussed in the grand jury transcripts.
look, Shermy goes, he drops, he flips over.
And if you've ever seen a
Nipsey
relay
flips
before,
over.
if you watch a relay, you see how the person like steps off, they try to wait to get that thing in the hand before they take off running. That's exactly the same body language that this person allegedly is Rampaw is doing. If you run it back, you'll see it's just like a relay in a relay race.
Look, yep.
Come on, give it to me, man, give it to me. You
He
see?
drops it. And then he flips over, but not before he tries to snuggle his way over to the object. And then he's like, oh, I can't get it. Let me flip over.
Yeah, because it's still shots going.
Yeah. I mean, that is crazy.
And what's even crazier is this part is never discussed in the grand jury transcripts. Yeah, in the grand jury hearing, they did, or unless, like I said before in another video, unless there's more than the 3 volumes, which I don't think so, that is not even discussed, nor is it heavily discussed about Kerry Lathan's injuries or Shermy's injuries. And I've never seen a DA want somebody for a grand jury without subpoenaing them, and they didn't, and Shermy was never subpoenaed.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy that he just got to walk away, you know, don't have to
Yeah.
say anything to anybody.
So we get no Shermy, we get no Rimpaw, and we
So,
get no thorough questioning about his injuries, medical reports, none of that.
really just the flopped crime scene. We saw images of people just right there as Nipsey's trying to get medical attention. You know, a flawed. I don't know what's up with this video editing. You know, the shadows, the whole
Right.
delay, the whole
The
pixelation. The
reflections in
people
the glass.
the people look freaking translucent in some areas. I mean, it was 2019 when this took place. We have good cameras. We have good editing skills available and technology available. There is no reason, and they called it out in the grand jury transcripts. Like we said, they called that out.
Right.
So this is just crazy, you guys. Um, I know you guys are tired of looking at this video, but we have to go back to it in order to keep the facts straight. You know, keep the
Right.
facts straight. So thank you guys for taking the patience to watch this. I know it was hard. I really don't like seeing it myself, but it's just a lot of fuckery with it too. You guys, come on now.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't like seeing things like this, but when you're analyzing it and looking at it bit for bit, piece for piece, and people are trying to tell you something that so-called took place, my question is, if they so-called had this argument going on or this disagreement with words, why didn't they show that part of this video?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they so-called had that engagement where they were like, yeah, well, if you snitch, you know, you can't be around here. Well, why didn't y'all show us that to corroborate what you were saying? Because in my eyes, with what I'm seeing, I just see a guy walk up.
True. True.
Mm.
And let somebody run a red light on Crenshaw Slauson and hit a pedestrian and kill him. They gonna pull that video off of that the cameras on the traffic lights.
And guess what else they gonna do? They gonna slide all the way up on that thing so that they can see the license plate on that jump.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's get justice for Nipsey Hussle. You know, a lot of things are popping off, so please be on the lookout for me and Cisco to be dropping some good investigative journalism